You shouldn't be allowed to make a pre-rendered thing look like gameplay, present it like gameplay, and it not be gameplay. Like, what are we even doing here, man? Like, it's just a fucking lie. Okay, now, look, damage control isn't a thing I do, okay? I don't. So, any Xbox fanatics, fanboys on my channel, you might want to bounce right quick. So, listen, Dreamcast guy, my brother, how you doing? I know you've been wanting to say it. I know just let Dreamcast guy, let him say what he wants to say, and we'll get into. Go on, Dreamcast guy, you can say it. Go ahead.
Xbox is just dead. There's not a fancy, nice way to say that.
Okay. Now, look, this video isn't going to be one where I present all the facts on the screen and do all that professional stuff. That's just not what I do, okay? There's many videos out there in the land of YouTube that will lay it all out for you like it's part of a trial and go into detail and everything. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. All right, but what I will do is give you my opinion on this news, right? Because hell, I'm just a normal guy. I'm just like you. I just play games I want to play, and that's it. And anyway, let's get into it. So, okay, so Xbox are cooked. Okay, for anyone out there playing damage control, just stop it. Just stop. Anyone listening to the PR nonsense, just stop it. Okay. This is a monumental, gigantic failure at the very top, okay? People will say things like Xbox are thriving. They're doing great. Listen, you do not collapse, like rip and tear apart studios left, right and centre because you're doing well. Call it restructuring if you want, but 9,000 plus people don't lose their jobs, bruv, if you're doing okay. All right? So let's just talk about the big elephant in the room. All right? Project Dark. Man said Project Dark. Project Dark. This is why I shouldn't have a YouTube channel. I realised this after I've done the video, watching it back, and I'm like, Project Dark? Project Dark? And I think I say it throughout the whole video. Anytime I mentioned the game, I was calling it Project Dark. I don't know why. I don't know what to tell you. Alright? It's Perfect Dark. Okay? Perfect Dark. I know. I fucked up. Alright? It's just another one of those reasons why no one should listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, back to the video, bro. I do apologise for this blatant lack of professionalism in my journalism. Is that what we're calling it? Journalism? Am I actually a journalist now? I guess I'm just as qualified as everyone else who's a gaming journalist. Am I a journalist now? Is that what I am? Yeah, in 2025 I can identify as whatever I want. I'm a journalist now. Anyway, back to the video where I'm talking about Project Dark. What really pisses me off about Project Dark, we'll get into the rest of it in a minute, but they lied to me. They lied to you. In fact, they lied to everyone. Look, I remember watching gameplay for Project Dark. I watched it on a live. I would try and find it for the sake of this video, but it would take a very long time to find it. But it looked great. It looked fantastic, and it was gameplay. At no point did it say pre-rendered or give any sort of indication it wasn't real, and there was presented like a vertical slice of this is what the game's going to be. Well, it turns out all of that was fake, bro. It was smoke and mirrors. It was nothing but lies, and none of that exists. It doesn't exist. If it did exist and it was actually being played, the game would have been cancelled, bro. Like, because it looked mental. In fact, I even remember saying back then, it looked a bit too good to be true. It looked too polished for a game without a release date. Do you know what I mean? But they fucking lied to us. They was like, look at this game, look how great it is, that doesn't exist. And people will argue, I've seen some defenders argue, well, it's the studio's fault, not Xbox's fault. Oh no, Xbox couldn't be to blame, right? It's an Xbox studio, bruv. Like, you can't tell me that Phil and Xbox leadership didn't know how far the game was progressing, that they didn't know from 2018 to 2025 the game didn't exist. You can't tell me they didn't know when they showed the gameplay trailer, bruv, that it wasn't real gameplay. They knew. They just chose to lie anyway, to build hype for a game that didn't exist. Like, they are, look, man, this isn't, people are saying this is what companies do, they restructure, they need to add more agility to how they are managed. No, bruv. This is a catastrophic collapse. Okay, now I don't know. Look, I try and look at things from a perspective. I mean, look, there's many studios that have been hit. Okay, and again, I don't have the list of everything. This is just my sort of initial reaction to hearing all this nonsense that's been going on. But this is a bloodbath out there, man. A lot of stuff has been cancelled. And yes, there's many things coming, but are they though? Like at this point, it wouldn't surprise me if Fable got cancelled. I'm just putting it out there, man. We haven't seen nothing really of Fable, apart from some very carefully directed stuff. Okay, now I just like to be honest and balanced on this channel. If this was PlayStation, people would be crucifying it, and we've crucified PlayStation a lot for the shit it's done. But this is bad, man, and this all happening at once. Like, Phil Spencer puts out some pure bullshit thing, and then that's followed by, okay, so this is getting cut, that's getting cut, this studio's dead, that studio's gone. I hope you like Forza Horizon, because you're not getting Forza Motorsport anymore. Gone. Like, they are cutting. And then they'll have the audacity. People will have the audacity to go, well, Xbox is doing great. No, it's thriving. It's never been better, actually. Yeah. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about Project Dark and all that. No. Trust us. Trust the people who lied to you. Trust us when we say Xbox is doing great. Bruv, I might be fat. I might be middle-aged. But I'm not a fucking idiot, bruv. Like, I won't trust the word that comes out of your mouth. And you shouldn't either. It's just, and it's sad. Xbox has failed the very people who work for them. 9,000 plus people. And you will say, oh, this is normal, this happens. It does. But it's still never a nice thing. All these people lost their jobs, and ultimately they lost their jobs because of a failure of Xbox leadership. They're out here paying billions for studios. They're buying the industry and running it into the ground, my guy. Like, why buy all these things just to, well, we don't really know what to do with them now. Like, we have all these things. Yes, we own all these studios. But are you telling me they're not keeping check? They're not leading them after they buy them? Like, how was Initiative able to be a thing from 2018 to 2025? Either they knew, right? Either Xbox leadership knew it was a state and it was never going to make the light of day, and they only choose till now to act, which I doubt, because that doesn't make sense. Or, do you know what I mean? They didn't know. Like, I mean, or they did know and they just chose not to do anything. Neither one of them is good. Either ignorance or inaction. Either one of them is a failure of leadership. Like, Initiative was acting under the umbrella of Microsoft and Xbox. It's on them to make sure the game is progressing the way it needs to progress. It just speaks of a big wider issue in with the Xbox brand and leadership. I mean, what? Is Game Pass to blame? I don't know. Look, like I said, I try to approach things as a consumer. I still love Xbox. I'm just talking about the thing, right? It doesn't matter to me, apart from the only thing that affects me personally is Project Dark, because that game got fire. But I still have my Game Pass. I still enjoy my Xbox. So to me, really nothing much has changed. But it just says a lot about the company. Do you know what I mean? Who seem to have just abandoned all the goodwill that they have been building. You know, they've been getting quite a lot of credit recently. Game Pass being absolute fire this year. Like, just offering so much value. Like I said, I'm not bothered typically how much a console sells. Whether it sells loads or not that much, it just doesn't. How does it affect me? It doesn't. But this is. Let's not pretend that this isn't catastrophic. I mean, I've seen people on X trying to downplay it. Just stop it. You're part of the problem. Wait, look. Let PlayStation have the fanboys, right? We can be better than that. It's time to. We have to call them on their bullshit, or they will just get away with continuing to do this. The big thing that's pissed me off is the fucking live project. That Project Dark bullshit, that's unforgivable. You shouldn't be allowed to do that. There should be a thing which has to verify that the game is actually being played. You shouldn't be allowed to make a pre-rendered thing look like gameplay, present it like gameplay, and it not be gameplay. Like, what are we even doing here, man? Like, it's just a fucking lie. Oh, yeah, no, we've cancelled it. Well, excuse me? Yeah, no, we cancelled it. Restructuring. Yeah, we're doing fine. Don't worry about us. We're doing fine. We're doing fine now. It's just we didn't think the game was going to be that good. Yeah, we cancelled it. But don't worry. We're going to bring something else out. Fable? Yeah, we'll be bringing that out. I'm calling it right now. Fable isn't happening, bruv. It's never going to see the light of day. And you heard it here first. So what do you think about all this Xbox news? It's crazy on Twitter. Have you been on X? Fucking hell. It's the trenches over there. Like, fanboys, PlayStation fans and this is a sad thing. PlayStation fanboys are rallying beyond this news, celebrating even. 9,000 plus people have lost their jobs. And all you can do is take this as a win. Like, PlayStation is a sports team that you're rooting for. Do you know what I mean? And Xbox fanboys are in deep denial about this, like trying hard to damage control. Just accept it. This is a bad look. It's a bad look, bruv. It's bad. Sorry, I'm going to hold you accountable. It's bad. It's a bad day to be an Xbox fanboy. I'm glad I'm not a fanboy. And what's funny is Xbox don't even want to pay 9,000 plus people who've probably been working for them for years, but people online think Phil Spencer's paying me? You think I'm being paid by Microsoft for doing this? Your people have lost your damn mind.